It's Wednesday, which means I get to get my grubby digits on something brand new in what we call First Look. And today we're looking at Ethereum push notification services, which was sent to me by DeFi Dad, of all people. I would put out a post saying, what should we look at in First Look? And he sent me this saying, oh, dude, this is awesome. That's not how he speaks. You know how he speaks. But before we get into all of that, a word from our sponsor. Now, we all know the pain of high gas prices and all of that stuff interacting with DeFi. Well, no more. Solana has built a fast, censorship-resistant blockchain where you can build and use crypto apps that scale today. The network supports thousands of transactions per second with fees less than a cent and over 500 validators. So to learn more, head over to solana.com/defiant to get started building and join its rapidly expanding community. Now, sponsorship messages out the way. Let's get into the good stuff. Now, why did he send this to me? Well, there was also a tweet that he put out. He says, imagine a bank can liquidate your account without any warning. That's how we operate in DeFi without Epns project. We need instant push notifications tied to your Ethereum wallet for every DeFi product, liquidation warnings, product announcements, exploits, and more. Now, we've been covering liquidations this week. We've got a big liquidation film coming up at the end of the week. So this has been something that's been on people's minds. And of course, we had huge liquidations at the weekend because Bitcoin, well, it shat the bed, didn't it, basically? And so I think what this is, it's just push notification services. So I guess what it's going to be is an opt-in service whereby you can have just basic notifications sent to you. I'm imagining that you will be able to define the permissions of those notifications. I'm imagining that you're going to be able to specify what kind of notifications. And I imagine on one side, you're going to be able to set up your own sorts of notifications. And if I look at the Twitter account here, it says subscribe, notify, earn. I would imagine somewhere in all of that, there's going to be some kind of mechanism for subscribers to earn when they use a service. And there's probably going to be some kind of fee for using the service if you set up your own notifications that gets done in some kind of exciting DeFi way. Because I'm kind of looking at how and why DeFi Dad was talking about it. I've also noticed that they are connecting with Alpha Homora for decentralized notifications. But I think what's interesting about this is that the notifications get sent to your Ethereum address and not to your email, which is kind of interesting because email addresses get spammed, and email subscription lists and batch lists can be kind of hooked into, and you get sent stuff that you don't want all the time. So I've not seen this sending an alert to an Ethereum address before, and I'm sort of genuinely curious what the nature of that alert would be. So why don't we dig in? So here's the homepage. Ethereum push notification service is a protocol for blockchain-based notifications that are platform agnostic and incentivized. There's the important bit, incentivized. Everything in DeFi, everything in crypto has to be incentivized in some form or other. That's why we have so many tokens. And if I look here, I see another token. What's it for? I don't know. There is a light paper, which I think we should look at. Okay, the problem. Why Epns is the missing piece of Web3 infrastructure? Well, that's kind of a big claim. There's quite a lot of missing pieces of Web3 infrastructure. I don't know necessarily whether notifications is one of them, but let's see. Services expect users to repeatedly check their actions. Yes, that's true enough. Wallet addresses do not receive alerts from any Web3 activity. That's the bit that's cool. The disconnection leads to poor UX communication and engagement. And there's a picture of a unicorn wearing sunglasses. I'm not sure what that has to do with disconnection. He looks pretty happy. This solution, creating a decentralized middleware for all DApps, smart contracts, Web3 services. Is it DApps or is it dApps? You know what? I don't actually know. DApps, dApps, who cares? Content independent. The protocol does not dictate what content can or can't be delivered to service users. Only services can decide what to communicate to their users. Interesting. So no censorship there. User censorship. Users always opt in for alerts from a service before they can notify you. Indirect consent, while an option will require the service to reward you first. Okay. So you can say, I don't mind if people send me stuff, but I want to get paid for it. It's kind of fun. Incentivized Alerts. We're a DeFi protocol, but a different one. Oh, okay. This is interesting. We use staking by service that is lent out to Aava to generate interest, which is distributed among the service's subscribers. Huh. What do they mean by this? At a guess, it feels like they probably want you to lock up either their own token. Is that what push is for? Or no, if it's for Lent, if it's for Aava, it's probably DAI. They probably want you to lock up DAI or pay them DAI, which they're going to use to generate interest, which can be then distributed among subscribers. And that's how they're generating profit. Interesting. We keep seeing more and more of these protocols using the yield from Aava to reward people. It's becoming more and more of a thing. So I think we should have a look at the light paper. I think we'll probably learn more there. I already loaded it in. Oh, interesting. It's directing us to GitHub. All right, fair enough. The problem. The blockchain space is growing at an extremely rapid pace and the exponential growth, blah, 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 blah. Okay, here are some interesting things. On Aava, Compound, and other DeFi protocols, users don't learn about their loan liquidations until they manually check, since there's no way for users to receive notifications. Okay, cool, I get that. So you could set it up so that if a liquidation is coming, it will let you know. If you trade on BitMEX, I'm pretty sure BitMEX sends you a notification to warn you that a liquidation is imminent and gives you enough time. Well, sometimes it gives you enough time to top up your account and mitigate that scenario, which would be great for a DeFi protocol because, crypto never sleeps. Every time a trade order is placed on a DEX, the user expected to manually check the service. Yeah, ENS domain expiry has to be put on Twitter in the hopes that the grace domain. Okay, inform users whenever their governance tokens. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Because a lot of times people don't really check in on protocols and they miss things. I mean, there's just so much noise around. So if there's a notification that you opt into for governance, for a poll or whatever, I think that will be good. Availability of digital art in a decentralized marketplace of limited edition NFTs. Okay, yeah. I mean, it sounds like a fairly familiar service. It's just we've never seen it implemented in this way. And with push notifications, normally it's an opt-in thing. And you get so many of these every single day. Do you opt into this alert? Do you opt into this alert? And always the temptation is to say no. Of course, sometimes you want it, but you always know that actually what's going on is a big data scraping exercise and you're just giving up your email address or some form of contact so they can just spam you with stuff in the future, and you have no idea where that data list is going because these things get sold on all over the world and all over the web. So this is their solution to it. Okay, here we go. Here's the high-level application flow. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Do you know what? I look at these diagrams and I never read them because honestly, I don't care. I've seen like a gazillion of these and none of it really means anything or matters. It's just there so that you can say that it is there in white paper fury. So I don't really care. We have services, we have channels, we have subscribers, we have users. Okay, so far so good. Incentivize notifications for users. Okay, here we go. The protocol requires services that want to send notifications to their subscribers to activate themselves by staking DAI. This stake is then lent out by the protocol to Aava and start generating interest, which is then distributed in a weighted proportion to all the... So yes, if you set up notifications, you have to stake DAI. That DAI is then lent out to Aava, and the yield from that is then sent out to the subscribers. Oh yeah, spam score and throttling. Each channel has a spam score that ranges from 0 to 1. Good. Very good. So that means you can't just bombard people with notifications because that would get very annoying indeed. The protocol governance is designed to... okay, governance. Right, that's what that push token is for. It must be. There you go. The native digital cryptographically secured utility token of the EPNS protocol, Push, is a transferable representation of attributed functions specified in the protocol code. Okay. Yes. So far, so good. Well, we all know what happens to governance tokens, don't we? Okay, so for now, what do we have? Proof of concept, DeFi incentives and game theory, live mobile push notifications, alpha Ropsten launch. I'm imagining that's where we are right now on the Ropsten launch. So it's not live on Ethereum mainnet. In the future, developer toolkits, layer 2 layer and protocol optimizations. Yeah, I'm curious what it would cost to actually send a notification, and whether you would opt in on layer 2, and whether you would. Curious about that one, because it feels like, well, I don't know. I don't actually know how they do it. So, yeah, there we go. That's it. Great. I like light papers. They're nice and short. I think we need to dig in. We'll look at this Alpha Homura thing in a bit, but I think it's primarily to do with liquidations. Yeah. Exploring and creating notification use cases like upcoming liquidation of leveraged positions, etc. All right, let's dig in. I'm assuming that there's going to be, here we are, Alpha DAP. Probably, if it's on Ropsten, we're going to need to change the network to Ropsten. Now we're back. And I'm going to switch to Ropsten because I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to need. And hey, let's see if we can set something up. So we go to the Alpha DAP. Ooh, this is exciting. It's actually a pretty nice looking UX. I'm surprised. So we have a feed box here. Presumably that's going to tell me, I actually don't even know what that is. Channels. So here are some channels we can subscribe to. And what do we have here? We have Ethereum push notification service, ETH gas, BTC tracker, ENS. Never lose out on your, oh yeah, interesting. Never lose out on your ENS domain. We will notify you when your domain is about to expire. Yeah, could be pretty useful. ETH tracker, we track ETH prices every 6 hours so that you don't have to. Bankless FR. Ooh, the French version of Bankless has a presence here. Wow. Well, that tells you something, doesn't it? CoinCrunch, proof of attendance, wallet tracker. Monitor your wallet will notify you when you receive or send any ETH tokens from your wallet. Interesting. I would have thought that I would know when I do that. And then here we go. Tells you how many people are subscribed to that list, and I guess how much it costs to push a notification out. We can create a channel and we can receive notifs. I don't know what a notif is. Oh, interesting. There's an EPNS app. What does this mean? So, okay. Curious. Well, that would be something to try out. What does it say? Connect your wallet to the EPNS app and opt for notification of favorite channels. Oh, that's great. So you can link this thing to a mobile app and then get these notifications on the go. We'll definitely have to try that out in a future video. I'm not going to try it out for today. What I want to do now is try and set up my own channel. So I'm wondering, what do we need to do? Create your channel. Upload channel logo to start the process. Make sure the image is 128 by 128. Submit. Okay. Okay, so there's a sliding scale of DAI I can stake. I think what I should have done in the first place was actually get some DAI. So I'm going to start that again. Create your channel. Get free DAI. Yep, get free DAI for channel. Let's reject those two. Yes, reject all. Get free DAI. I need to get some testnet, Ropsten testnet tokens. Okay, bear with me. I will get some Ropsten testnet tokens and come back to you on that. So we just have to go to the Ropsten set. There's a few of these actually. I'm going to reject that and copy my address and now send Ropsten ETH. Faucet queue is too long. Please try again later. Damn it. I'll have to try a different faucet. Let's try this one. Okay, now I have test ETH. Hopefully. So I'm just going to continue with this because it allowed me to stake some DAI, even though I don't have any DAI. I don't have any testnet tokens either, so I'm not sure how far we're going to get with this. The Robson forces seems to be fairly backed up, so I'm not going to be able to do too much, but we're just going to go ahead and create the Defiant, and we'll call it notifications for new videos on the Defiant YouTube channel. And I guess we can put in this. Where are we? Yeah, call to action link, and then set up channel. Uploading payloads. Payload uploader, uploads. So I've basically gone as far as I can because I need some testnet tokens. Okay, we are back, and well, that was a bit of fiddling. So it looks like the forces were all backed up. There's a lot of people seemingly looking for testnet tokens. So I reached out to some friends. Turns out they had testnet tokens as well. So now we have testnet ETH, 20 ETH. Just imagine having actual real 20 ETH. Ooh, ooh, wouldn't that be good? So we are now going to go ahead and try and get this actually done. So I tried this before, didn't work. My fault, needed the ETH. Let's try again. So we take the Defiant logo, submit that, and we can set the amount of staking to 50 DAI. Oh, I tell you what, I'm going to go back and I'm going to get the free DAI. We'll get this right. Get free DAI for the channel. Okay, now I can actually do this. Get myself some DAI. Do I now have DAI? I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Mint is pending. Let's see what happens. So I can at least... Well, I can probably go ahead and do this now. Add the logo. Submit. Continue. We're going to call it the Defiant. So push notifications for the Defiant YouTube channel. And now let's do this. That's our YouTube channel. That's our call to action link. Set up channel. Uploading payload. And now we can confirm that transaction to spend our DAI. I don't even know if we have DAI at this point. I am way too impatient for this. Waiting for approval transaction to finish. Let's see what happens. You kind of hope that the testnet would be faster than Ethereum mainnet, but still quite slow. Waiting. I'm not entirely sure what a feed box is. I'm imagining it's an inbox, but they call it a feed box. Feed box is where you put the hay for horses, but there's no horses here. It's just slightly slow transactions. There's some fun dialogue here. Create your channel. Ethereum push notification service makes it extremely easy to open and maintain a genuine channel of communication with your users. A genuine one. Okay, well, what is this? Oh, what have I done? Oh, no. Oh, no. Did I mess it up? I think I messed it up. Well, I guess I failed. And there's probably a good reason for that. But in essence, I think this is a cool service, and I'm just going to leave it 10 minutes and see if it works, and then come back to it, and hopefully we'll be able to actually set up a channel, because that's the whole point of all of this. We want to actually set up a channel. Stay tuned. Okay, it's time now to try and set up a channel. Now, in all honesty, I did actually try a couple of times already, and I was impatient. And I didn't have any ETH on the Robson testnet, and I also tried to do the whole thing before I had actually minted the DAI that I need to stake, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, we're going to give it another go now and see if we can actually make it work this time, because I would quite like to see this thing set up and working. So once again, we will click on the Defiant logo, add that in, submit, and we now have testnet DAI. So we've got 1,000 DAI that was minted. So I guess we can set the staking to, I don't know, let's set it to 500. Why not? We're going to call it Defiant YouTube Alerts, and we'll call it Get Notified every time a new video drops on the Defiant YouTube channel. And then we'll put in our YouTube channel, call to action link. Now we can set up the channel, uploading the payload. And now we need to confirm that transaction to transfer DAI. I've already approved DAI. That was another transaction I had to wait to finish. I was actually doing something on Coven testnet earlier, and Coven's definitely faster than Ropsten. I'm sure there's a reason for that. So let's go to activity pending. It seems to be quite slow on Ropsten, but we'll just let that do its thing. And then hopefully that will have set up our channel. But I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to let it do its thing. Waiting for approval TX to finish. If only someone would write a song that could help you in these moments of waiting for stuff. A song maybe about waiting. Maybe we will. Maybe that's what we're going to do for consensus. So, unfortunately, I'm going to have to call this first look to a premature conclusion because I have fallen victim to the curse of the pending transaction. I am still waiting for an approval transaction to finish. I am stuck in testnet hell, it would appear. If I click on this transaction here and go to the testnet, I've been stuck here for over 10 minutes already. And unfortunately, I have to go and do another interview. So I'm going to have to just leave that there. So at some point, we'll come back and revisit EPNS. On the face of it, I think it sounds great, but we've been defeated by a Ropsten today. And I have no idea what that is. It could be for all sorts of different reasons. It's probably just really busy. And given the state of things at the moment and how much stuff is being built constantly, that probably is just normal. So thanks to everyone who sent me Ropsten testnet tokens, to Gabriel Haynes, and to a man whose name I cannot remember. I listened to Foo 3,3. Thank you very much. No idea what that means, but thank you for your generosity in sending testnet tokens. And yeah, shame. I wanted to set it up. I think it will be set up eventually. We just have to wait for the transaction to approve. Maybe we'll pick it up on another video. But until next time, see ya.